Hey, you guys. How's it going? It's day 16 of coming back to you with Changing Tides energy. And I'm just out here on the boat again and not sad about it. It's a beautiful night. Little westerly rolling in. Gonna have a little swell action, but it's a fun ride in the sailboat, which, as always, I'm super grateful to be on, especially with Captain Scott at the helm and just out on such a nice night like tonight. But today is literally day 16 of Coming Back to You, which is a series that I started in order to really help focus my energy and my intentions back onto a grounding, healing space for myself after my brother died by suicide in January of this year. And I have to say that I've been gaining so much from doing this series, you guys. The community that is forming, hearing from you guys, your comments, your support, but also your shared experience is so powerful because we're in this journey, not alone and together. But the way that our world is set up, it can often feel like we are really alone. Today is not a walk and talk, it is a ride and talk. Literally feel like I'm surfing right now, but just chilling. So anyway, I'll show you the view again. It's beautiful. Well, day 16, you guys. And yeah, I just encourage you, like what I envision for this channel for Changing Tides Energy is I envision a state or a space in a community space where you can come and you can join in the day-to-day reflections and spiritual growth and evolution, or you can join in just being immersed in the beautiful 4K nature videos that my partner Scott is taking and sharing with you on this channel as well. Eventually, I plan to share sound bowls with you on this channel. I plan to have this be a space, or I feel inspired. I don't have a plan. I just feel inspired for this to be a space and a place where you can come when you're adulting and living in your crazy day-to-day life that doesn't offer any time or support or resources much without great intention to deal with grief and trauma and just the loss that collectively as a whole in humanity we are experiencing. So I really have this vision and I'm grateful to share this with you. And we are in the very, very beginning baby stages of this journey together, but it feels rich and it feels powerful. And I am absolutely, I am truly, truly grateful for you being here. And thank you for sharing in this journey. So today I want to talk about adulting and grief and just facing life's hardships. As I just mentioned, life does not always feel very supportive or inviting to feel your feelings or face the difficulties or navigate loss or navigate change or acknowledge change. Oftentimes being in a routine and getting into a rut or feeling like you become complacent. Oftentimes those are the common characteristics of a life well achieved, because if you do those things, then, you can show up, day to day, 9 to 5, do the thing. And of course, that's not meant for everybody. And maybe it's not meant for anybody. I don't know. But it definitely doesn't feel natural for me. And I don't think it feels natural for many, many, many people. So anyway, when my dad died, you guys, who I know I started this series after my brother passed, but my dad, who was like my best friend's soulmate, talked to 4 times a day, like the best guy ever, like just so genuine and so supportive and so loving and so kind and so wise, and had walked through so many hardships and had turned them into blessings. And so Anyway, he died suddenly, and him and I were super close, if you can't tell. And it was such a shock. And I think I've mentioned in a prior video, but it just felt like I just cracked wide open and opened up to an entirely new spiritual way of living and being. It felt like his soul, like in part, merged with mine, and there was just a really significant shift within me. Well, at the time, I was working a 9 to 5. I was single parenting my children every other week. I had just moved into a new house, like in town, like really trying to support the same quality of life I had when I was when I was married. Then after I was divorced, just the struggle, like single parenting life, living in a city. It's just like takes forever to drive places. It's not the same type of community as like a small town. Many advantages, but also many things I did not like about it, or just didn't feel natural. So anyhow, I was grieving my dad in that time, and it was really, really hard. I internalized a lot of it because I felt like I went into production mode, as many of you can relate to probably. Just like, how can we support my mom? What do we need to do for her? How do we deal with dad's estate? Like, just do it and get it done. And then we can process and grieve later. Just ensuring and really wanting to make sure that like my mom was taken care of. And so Scott just slowed down and like looking around, wondering if there's something that I'm missing. Uh, we did just have like a big group of sea lions pop up through the window, and they all were just posturing and looking and really looking for a long time. And I went out and I said goodbye to them. We'll be back tomorrow. They're our buddies. They hang out over by the cabin, and they just looked like they just kept looking up, like, come back, come play with us. They really are social and curious. And it's really fun to get to know the animals out here. You live in the wilderness. Saying goodbye to our neighbors is a little different. It's like, see you soon, sea lions and seals. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, he slowed down, I think, just to kind of like be supportive of this journey and lower the idling noise, which is really kind and I appreciate. Uh, there's the boat. There's where we came from. And back over here. So adulting or facing your grief and still showing up in life, like it's super hard. So what happens when we don't face it? We internalize it. What happens then? We get sick. We get pain. I really locked up in my neck and my upper shoulders, like significantly, like really bad. And of course, there's other physiological and mental distress that came with that situation. But I'm just bringing this up because when we are in the go-go of life and we do not have a moment to sit down and allow ourselves the stillness to process and feel, it really starts to add up. It's like it just if you don't let it out, sadness is energy, anger is energy, grief is energy, love is energy. It's all energy within us. You can feel it within you. You can feel all of it. Next time you feel an emotion, just take a pause and look at your body and think, feel in, like look internally at your body and ask yourself, where am I feeling this? And if you're feeling it, wherever you're feeling it, you can send breath into, you can send love into, you can send grace and healing into just through the pause and just through the awareness and the intention. These are small tools that we are forced to learn if we are to face the reality that is loss in this lifetime, and that is trauma. And if you are in the throes of it, adulting and just living your life and grieving, like just know I see you. Like, yeah, from the sailboat, I see you. I have been there. I have lived that life. That life broke me. It broke me so open that I had to see only my truth. The light that was shining in was so bright, I couldn't look any other way. And scary and crazy because so many changes, happened in that state and space. And so quickly, like once I was ready, fully ready. And I am so eternally grateful for that because life does not just have to be suffering. Life does not just have to be hard. There's a polarity to life. For every yin, there's a yang. For every dark, there's a light. For every up, there's a down. Whatever you feel, you will feel the opposite at some point. The higher you go, the lower you go. It's just the way of the world. So just be cautious. Be cautious in what you seek to fill the void. Be cautious that your highs don't get too high. Look for the balance. Look within you. Spend time with you. Spend time in silence. Spend time in nature. Listen to the callings. If you feel inspired to go travel somewhere, do it. Listen, just go. Those are the things I did. My dad died. I went into shock mode. The first 6 months, I would say I took care of myself. I did give myself a few months of literally eating whatever the heck I wanted, you guys, and my body does not respond well to that. And so it's like, doesn't feel good. Like, I'm not one of those that can just like go all in and feel good still. Like, it's momentarily good, but it doesn't last for long when the inflammation kicks in. So anyhow, I did just kind of go all in that realm, and then gave myself a few months of grace, obviously, like just survival. And then one of the things my dad admired so much about me was my strength, like my physical strength, and I think probably my mental too, but I definitely take after him in the genetic realm. and can pack some muscle on pretty impressively for a chick. And so he loved that because it was like definitely a direct reflection of his genes. So anyway, after he died, I felt really committed to continuing to honor that part of me and that part of him, and by taking care of myself. So I did start getting up before sunrise, or at sunrise, or, like in the summer in Alaska, the sunrise is like 3:30. So I'd get up at like 4:30. But anyway, I would just commit to myself each day, and that one small act of discipline, that one small act of showing up at home with a little video, that changed me. That opened up a whole new world of healing. And it is take a look at this. It is these simple, small changes that you can do consistently that will set you on the trajectory to change your life. And your life does not have to change externally. That was my story, but that is not everybody's story. Life truly, the only change in life truly is to truly experience a different way of living. It's all on the inside. That's an inside job, 100%. And so it's like, you have to be aware. You have to be aware of what it is that is inspiring you, or what it is that is igniting your soul on fire. And without that awareness and without that clarity, then, and like without the courage to really face these blocks or these fears, one step at a time, maybe it's, doing a guided meditation each week, a deep guided meditation, like a sound bath meditation, or maybe it's like doing something completely different, going for a walk on a different trail that you've never done, but committing to like exploring somewhere new once a week. Maybe it's writing letters once a month, like just send out a letter, like a real handwritten letter to somebody that you love that you haven't spoken to in a while. Maybe it's just mixing up your routine a little bit, and maybe start fasting, skip breakfast, see how you feel, see what happens to your body. I don't know, you guys, there's just so many ways. Like the human body is designed to experience and thrive through stress. It's designed to, there's Scott back there taking photos. It's such a pretty night. The human body is 100% designed to move through that and to adapt. And so it's like, it is okay to push yourself. It is okay to push yourself physically. It's okay to challenge yourself mentally. It's okay to not just spiritually bypass, and to like dive in and do the work, and to really look. There's a big tree right there. We're just passing by. Sticking straight up. Hard to see that one. It takes courage to look inside and to be willing to ask the hard questions. Where does this come from? what needs addressed right now. And whoo, big seaweed down there. It's definitely a rocking and rolling ocean tonight. I'm loving it. Beautiful. So it's not just me now, but Scott is getting an epic time lapse. I'll show you. This view is just too good to pass by. Anyway, so all in reflection for day 16 of coming back to you. Truly, it's in the awareness. It's in the evaluation of where you're at in your busy adulting life. It's in the moments, the pauses, the stoplights, the stop picking up your phone every second you get a free second. Pick up your phone, like put it down and then check in internally. That is where the magic happens, the change happens. We are so conditioned in this lifetime, unfortunately, to disconnect from our true selves and our true nature. So that's what I'm here for, coming back to you every day, not just 30 days. But anyway, this is my 30-day series of coming back to you. I'm so grateful that you are with me and you are sharing in this amazing experience with me. I mean, seriously. So grateful. Thank you guys so much. I just really value this shared time. I'm inspired daily knowing that I get to share a piece of healing and a piece of beauty and some authenticity to really solidify this reality that we are not alone, even though we may be becoming conditioned to believing that. Like, the reality is it's not true. We're not alone. And you don't have to live like that. You are not somebody who has to be isolated and think that you're the only one having those experiences. Okay. My brother literally just died by suicide. My dad died from a heart condition that, he could have gotten help for, and he, could have lived differently and probably lived longer than his 63 years, but that wasn't what was meant for him. And as a past nurse and a healer and a caretaker, like, I had to surrender and let go of all of that because we all have our own journey. Don't be afraid to live yours. Tapping in and checking in with your alignment. Tapping in and checking in with your alignment to see if you are living in alignment with your true self. That is our ultimate responsibility and our soul's journey for this time that we are here together right now. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful night.